All right. So we request everybody to take out their phone, throw it out the window. Just joking. Now you could take out your phone, and you could, if you have one, or if you want to look on with someone else, but we could chant the verse together. It's helpful if you could read along. So we'll be reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 7, Chapter 5, texts 23 and 24. So that's 7, 5, 23, and 24. Yeah, you can look on with someone else if you want. That's also there. 7, Canto 7, Chapter 5, text 23. 7, 5, 23. Just about everybody has? Okay. All right. Okay, nice. Okay, so if you can please repeat after me. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Shri Prahlāda Uvacha. Shravanam Kirtanam Viṣṇu. Smaranam Padasevanam. Archanam Vandanam Dasyam. Sakyam Atma Nivedanam. Iti Pungsarpita Viṣṇu. Bhaktiśchanna Valakṣana. Kriyate Bhagavat Yada. Tanmane Ditam Uttamam. Shri Prahlāda Uvacha. Shravanam Kirtanam Viṣṇu. Smaranam Padasevanam. Archanam Vandanam Dasyam. Sakyam Atma Nivedanam. Iti Pumsarpita Viṣṇu. Bhaktiśchanna Valakṣana. Kriyata Bhagavat Yada. Tanmane Ditam Uttamam. Shri Prahlāda Uvacha. Shravanam Kirtanam Viṣṇu. Smaranam Padasevanam. Archanam Vandanam Dasyam. Sakyam Atma Nivedanam. Iti Pumsarpita Viṣṇu. Bhaktiśchanna Valakṣana. Kriyata Bhagavat Yada. Tanmane Ditam Uttamam. If someone would like to please chant.
Shri Prahlāda Mahārāja. Shravanam Kirtanam Viṣṇu. Smaranam Padasevanam. Archanam Vandanam Dasyam. Sakyam Atma Nivedanam. Iti Pumsarpita Viṣṇu. Bhaktiśchanna Valakṣana. Kriyata Bhagavat Yada. Tanmanye Ditam Uttamam.
All right, how about someone in their teens? Okay. How How about someone younger than teens? Okay, one of you.
Sri Prahlāda Mahārāja. Shravanam Kirtanam Viṣṇu. Smaranam Pada Sevanam. Archanam Vandanam Dasyam. Sakyam Atma Nivedanam. Iti Punsādhika Viṣṇu. Bhakti Valakṣana. Kriyeta Bhagavatya.
Okay, very good. All right, Shivani, and then
Sri Prahlāda Mahārāja. Shravanam Kirtanam Viṣṇu. Smaranam Pada Sevanam. Archanam Vandanam Dasyam. Sakyam Atma Nivedanam. Iti Punsādhika Viṣṇu. Bhakti Valakṣana. Kriyeta Bhagavatya. Tanmanyeditam uttamam. Sri Prahlāda Mahārāja. Shravanam Kirtanam Viṣṇu. Smaranam Pada Sevanam. Archanam Vandanam Dasyam. Sakyam Atma Nivedanam. Iti Punsādhika Viṣṇu. Bhakti Valakṣana. Kriyeta Bhagavatya. Tanmanyeditam uttamam.
Anyone else? Okay.
Sri Prahlāda Mahārāja.
Sri Prahlāda Mahārāja.
Shravanam Kirtanam Viṣṇu.
Shravanam Kirtanam Viṣṇu.
Smaranam Pada Sevanam.
Smaranam Pada Sevanam.
Archanam Vandanam Dasyam.
Archanam Vandanam Dasyam.
Sakyam Atma Nivedanam.
Sakyam Atma Nivedanam.
Iti Punsādhika Viṣṇu.
Iti Punsādhika Viṣṇu.
Bhakti Valakṣana.
Bhakti Valakṣana.
Kriyeta Bhagavatya Tanmay.
Kriyeta Bhagavatya.
Tanmay Uttamam.
Tanmanyeditam uttamam.
All right. Translation. Prahlāda Mahārāja said, hearing and chanting about the transcendental holy name, form, qualities, paraphernalia, and pastimes of Lord Viṣṇu, remembering them, serving the lotus feet of the Lord, offering the Lord respectful worship with 16 types of paraphernalia, offering prayers to the Lord, becoming his servant, considering the Lord as one's best friend, and surrendering everything unto him. In other words, serving him with body, mind, and words. These 9 processes are accepted as pure devotional service. One who has dedicated his life to the service of Krishna through these 9 methods should be understood to be the most learned person, for he has acquired complete knowledge. So this is one of the longest purports in the Srimad Bhagavatam. I think it's actually the longest. Does anyone remember how many pages Srila Prabhupada writes in the purport? Thank you. What was that?
You said 70.
10? What was it? 12. Yes. 12 pages. That's a long purport. Usually the purports are like 1 page, 2 page maybe. This is 12 pages. It's a long purport. So we won't read the whole purport now, but yeah, I highly advise everyone to read it. It's very enlightening, but we'll read some of it. Just a little bit. When Prahlāda Mahārāja was asked by his father to say something from whatever he had learned, he considered that what he had learned from his spiritual master was the best of all teachings, whereas what he had learned about diplomacy from his material teachers, Chanda and Amarka, was useless. Bhakti pareshanubhava viraktir anyatra cha. 11.2.42 Bhagavatam. This is the symptom of pure devotional service. A pure devotee is interested only in devotional service, not in material affairs. To execute devotional service, one should always engage in hearing and chanting about Kṛṣṇa, or Lord Viṣṇu. The process of temple worship is called archan. How to perform archan will be explained herein. One should have complete faith in the words of Krishna, who says that he is the great, well-wishing friend of everyone, Surdam Sarvabhutanam. A devotee considers Krishna the only friend. This is called Sakyam. Pumsar Pita Viṣṇu. The word Pumsa by all living entities. There are no distinctions permitting only a man or only a Brahmin to offer devotional service to the Lord. Everyone can do so. As confirmed in Bhagavad Gita 9.32, Striyo Vaishyas Tata Shudras Tepi Yanti Param Gatim. All the women, Vaishyas, and Shudras are considered less intelligent. They can become devotees and return home back to God. Om Gyanativarandasya Galanjana Shalakaya Chakshuram Maditam Neda Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Mukam Karikavachalam Pandam Landa Tegalam Yatvipatam Ham Vande Shri Karanam Vansha Papadishcha Kripasan Viviracha Patikanam Pavanibhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasti Gaura Bhaktivinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So there's 9 processes of devotional service as outlined here by Prahlāda Mahārāja. And for every process of devotional service, there is a particular person who exemplifies that process of devotional service. So, can anyone remember, because there's 9, so that means there's 9 personalities, can anyone remember which personalities represent one of these qualities? Okay, you could raise your hand, please. Okay, I see a hand behind Paneshkari. Yes. Shivani? Prahlāda Mahārāja? What does he represent? Yes, Smarna. Remembrance of Krishna. Who did everybody see the Nrsimhadev movie? You could raise your hand if you saw it. Did everybody? You saw it too? Evelyn saw it? And Uli? Where did you see it? Oh, okay. I was the only one who was missing that party. I was traveling. They sent me out to a really hot place, El Paso and Albuquerque and Tucson in the summer. You know, geez, everybody was having a nice, cool movie, and I was driving with Chad in a non-functional car. It means the air conditioner wasn't very good. So, okay, so everybody saw it. All right, good. So Prahlāda Mahārāja, while he was there, so many times he was being threatened, and so many times he was being attacked. But what was he chanting? Yeah, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudeva. He was like this, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudeva, and they were coming with different weapons and so on. So he was always remembering Krishna. that was his glory. He was exemplifying that. So that's one. Okay, another one? Yes.
Another one is because he's always chanting the glories of the Lord.
Yes. Okay, thank you. So he would be under Kirtan. Okay. There's a specific person aside from Narada Muni. Yes, Ganeshwari? Yeah. Shukadev Goswami. Because Shukadev Goswami, he was there. Are you whispering the answers? No, I'm just kidding. Because she's raising her hand very enthusiastic. If you're whispering the answer. That's okay. That's okay. That's okay. Maybe it's, anyways. I guess it's debatable whether it's, but yeah, just one moment. But Shukadev Goswami, he is glorified for Kirtanam because he was there on the bank of the Ganga or Yamuna, depending on how you look at it, and he was chanting for 7 days straight. The Bhagavatam, this book, 18,000 verses, he was chanting 7 days straight. So that's a lot of chanting. We glorify certain personalities for chanting all day and night, but he was really chanting all day and night for 7 days. So this is the example, Shukadev Goswami, so everyone could remember it in their mind. Kirtanam, Shukadev Goswami. Smaranam, remembrance, Prahlāda Mahārāja. Okay, another one? Yes? Archanam is Prithu Maharaj. That's true. Archanam is deity worship. And another thing about deity worship is deity worship could also fall in the category of art. Any artists out there? Painters, drawers, yeah. Okay. Yeah. So when you draw paintings of Krishna, this falls under Archanam, and Prithu Maharaj is the example for that. Okay. So we have Smaranam, Archanam, Kirtanam. Okay, so we still have some more. Vandanam, okay. Yes, who is the example for Atma Nivedanam? Yes, Bali Maharaj. Bali Maharaj, we're reading about him in the morning. Vamanadev came as a very beautiful young boy, charming young boy, and he went to Bali Maharaj begging for some charity. And Bali Maharaj said, "What do you want?" And Vamanadev said, "Oh, I just want 3 steps of land, that's all." Because he was a young boy. And Bali Maharaj said, "I could give you so much more than that. I could give you," because he was in control of the whole universe at the time. So Vamanadev said a very interesting thing, which is instructive for all of us, that if I cannot be happy with 3 steps of land, then I'll never be happy. I'll never be satisfied. So in other words, that idea of being satisfied or happy with simple things in life, say simple Krishna consciousness. Okay, so he surrendered everything. Bali Maharaj, he's the example. He gave the whole universe. That's a big surrender. So, okay. So, what do we have left? Who's keeping track here? Vandanam?
Actually, I don't know if they did say Shravanam.
We started with Kirtanam. We started with Kirtanam. Nobody started with
Yes, Shravan was.
Okay, we need somebody to keep track.
No Shravan.
Okay, who's Shravanam? Yes, he was sitting there hearing for 7 days straight from Shukadev Goswami. So that is Shravanam, hearing. Okay, so Padasevanam? Lakshmi. And why Lakshmi? Okay, she wants to answer.
Because in Vaikuntha, Lakshmi Devi is always massaging the feet of Lord Viṣṇu.
That's true. It's quite an interesting service she has, right? She's just always at the feet of Lord Viṣṇu, massaging his feet. So, therefore, she's the greatest example of Padasevanam, or Yeah. In service to the lotus feet. Okay. How many? Any? Vandanam. Okay. Vandanam. Who's Vandanam? Akrura. Yes. Who knows who Akrura is? Yes.
Kṛṣṇa was a great devotee of Krishna, and he's the one who brought Krishna from Vrindavan to Mathura.
Yes. Yes. So when Krishna and Balaram were growing up in Vrindavan, at one particular point, Akrura came, sent by Kamsa, or Kams, and he was sent to pick up Krishna and Balaram and take them to Mathura to take care of Kamsa. So you can imagine the scene. It's there in the 10th canto, but it's a very intense scene because Krishna and Balaram, they're leaving Vrindavan, and all the gopis are there. Mostly the gopis are there, and they're trying to stop the chariot. They're falling in front of the chariot. They're trying to obstruct the chariot, and they couldn't do it. And then he left with Krishna and Balaram. And it says that they were standing there, and they looked like people painted in a painting, just frozen, watching the chariot go to Mathura. So, Akrura, does anyone know what Akrura means?
Not cruel.
Yeah. What were you gonna say? Yeah, not evil, not cruel. That's what Akrura means. But the gopis were saying, you are most cruel because you're taking Krishna away. Now, he was doing this under certain circumstances, but he is the example of prayer. He has such beautiful prayers in the 10th canto, praying to Krishna and Balaram. Okay, so Dasyam, is that the last one? No. Okay. Okay, Dasyam. So who's Dasyam? Hanuman. Okay, Hanuman. Hanuman was always ready to serve Lord Ram, right? He's always ready to go at any moment. Even he's lying down, resting or something, you wake him up and say it's time to go, he's always ready to go. And Hanuman is also a brahmachari. Sometimes at the temple, the devotees make a lot of khichdi. Who likes khichdi here? Nobody's raising their hand. Khichdi, rice, dal, some vegetables maybe mixed up, right? So brahmacharis really like it seems. So sometimes we joke at the temple about how much khichdi there is, too much khichdi. And apparently there's a story with Hanuman, and he's guarding the Jagannath temple. Did everybody hear this one? He's guarding the Jagannath temple from the ocean from coming, right? Yeah. So he's guarding the temple, and then, so he's there, and they're feeding him khichdi every day. They're feeding him khichdi every day. So at one particular point, he just takes off, he goes, and then the waves come in. And then they communicate with him again, and they say, "Why did you leave? Why did you go?" Does anyone know where he went? Yeah. He said, "I was getting tired of the khichdi. I had to go." So, anyways, Hare Krishna. Whatever you want to take from that. But Hanuman, yeah, he's the greatest devotee of Ram in that he's always thinking about Sita and Ram, and he's always ready to go at any particular moment and fight for Ramchandra. So he's the example of the perfect servant. No excuses. Never gives any excuses. So, okay, so you have Hanuman, and then Satyam. And who is that exemplified by? Arjuna. Sudama, yeah, I mean, there's so many friends of Krishna and there's so many servants of Krishna, but these are picked by our acharyas. So you have Arjuna as the great friend of Krishna. So these are the examples. So you have, all right, who wants to say all of them? Can anyone say all of them? One of the children? Or you could say Shivani, okay? Shravanam Kirtanam Viṣṇu, Smaranam Padasevanam, yes. Archanam, Vandanam, Satyam, and then Atma Nivedanam, yes. Okay. All right, well, who wants to say half of the persons who exemplify these? Yes. 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 Kirtanam? Yes. 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 Lakshmi, okay, you want to say? Lakshmi did Padasevanam, and Archanam was Prithu Maharaj, and Vandanam was Akrura. So yeah, so that covers all of them. And Prahlāda Mahārāja says here that he outlines these, and he's speaking to his father. So his father really doesn't like this. I mean, if you remember the movie scenes, it gives a visual about how his father really didn't like this. Eventually, of course, Nrsimhadev comes and he takes care of him, the father. But he mentions here there's 9 processes, and it's a whole science. So you have these 12 pages that outline that. What does it mean, Archanam? What does it mean, Padasevanam? So it gives us some practical idea. You also have the Nectar of Devotion, Srila Prabhupada's summary study of the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, which also gives a lot of ideas in this regard. And it said, and Prahlāda Mahārāja says that one who has dedicated his life to the service of Krishna through these 9 methods should be understood to be the most learned person, for he has acquired complete knowledge. So we are engaged in, or we have been engaged in getting a particular education. Now we may be employed. Children are engaged in education, eventually to be employed. So in this way, we see in this world, we are becoming educated, but if the education doesn't cover devotional service, if we don't engage in Krishna consciousness, then we're not really learned. And especially for parents, it's a very big responsibility that they have, that they should try to educate their children in Krishna consciousness. And without that, really, they're considered to be incomplete. They're not considered to be educated or learned. So those of you who have children, you should always remember that this is, practically speaking, your prime duty. It's not kind of some willy-nilly, as they say in America, some type of willy-nilly thing that just bringing children into this world or having children and then just kind of, but it's a very serious thing, actually. So those of you who have children have to try your best to take care of them and educate them in Krishna consciousness. And those of you who are going to have children, I don't know who that is, you also have to think about that. It's not some cheap thing. So yes, we thank you all for coming here tonight, and we hope everybody is doing well in Krishna consciousness and happy. If you're not, I don't know what I could do, but maybe I could help somehow. So yes, and we're very happy to be here with all of you. Mukunda's birthday. How old did you turn again? Sorry, I don't want to offend you. You're not the body.
32.
Yes, 32. So when did you join the temple? What year was that? I mean, how old were you?
21.
Yeah, 21 years old. So he spent his 20s. He completed his 20s in the ashram. So that's good. It's a good accomplishment. Yeah. So congratulate him for that. Yeah. So now he's going through his 30s. So we hope he has a happy time. And we also have Govardhan here. Govardhan is to the left. So Govardhan, it's his first day actually today of dressing Govardhan, our Giriraj Govardhan Shila. So I encouraged him to do it for various reasons, and he accepted it, so I wasn't angry with him. I'm just joking. So he's going to start coming to more of the home gatherings with the idea of mixing more with all of you. He's a friendly person, so feel free to mix with him and talk with him. And also he'll be setting up a book table at these gatherings. Srila Prabhupada really wanted at every gathering there to be a book table. He really liked that. That was his, if you want to say, spiritual pride and joy. So, of course, many of you may have the books. Maybe you don't have some of the books, but there's some children's books over there and things. But you could always bring for friends or family or something like that. And we have a particular book. Do you think you could pass me that book? Yeah. Oh, I guess she was over there. I don't have to know. Can you pass me? It's called Swami in a Strange Land. Recently, we had our celebration. Thank you. We had our celebration of Srila Prabhupada's, our founder Acharya, his birthday, Vyasa Puja, Sri Vyasa Puja, which is a very special day. Srila Prabhupada, very special day. So, in relation to that, for next year, I, as far as possible, to write an offering to Srila Prabhupada, expressing your gratitude, your understanding, and so on. It's nice that everybody does that. I haven't done it for years, actually. I just speak off the top of my mind with the Vyasa Puja, but I wrote Vyasa Puja this year and read it. So it was his appearance day. So this is a very good book, Swami in a Strange Land. And why it's a very good book is because the author is a disciple of Srila Prabhupada, and he very succinctly wrote a biography about him, which outlines his childhood and then going all the way to the last years of his life, coming to America and so on. So it's a wonderful book, and it's actually good for everyone. It means it's very easy to understand. Like if you wanted to give the book to like some people, it's very easy to understand. Swami in a Strange Land. So there's also nice pictures and so on. That's Srila Prabhupada cooking. But there's nice pictures, and so anyways, it's a very wonderful book. And this is actually the authorized biography for the 50th anniversary of ISKCON. They stamped this as the authorized. So we have a number of copies here. So if you don't have the copy, you could read it yourself. I gained most of my inspiration by reading about Srila Prabhupada. And if you already have it, you could give it to some others if you like. And then we have Radhastami coming up. So Radhastami is the 31st, and Govardhan, you could talk with Govardhan, he's the bookman, so he has all the books there, if you want some of these books. But we have Radhastami coming up, the appearance day of Srimati Radharani, and this is actually more important than Janmashtami. Srimati Radharani is the eternal consort of Krishna. She's the tender-hearted feminine counterpart of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And it is by her mercy that we're allowed, you could say, the mercy of Krishna. And Srila Prabhupada, noting this, he wrote in one of his purports that the devotees in Vrindavan still know this. Those of you who've been to Vrindavan, they still know this, and then what do they say? Jai Radhe, Jai Radhe, yes. So it's a very special day coming up, the 31st of this month at the Temple of a Wonderful Festival. So please attend with full enthusiasm. Okay, any question or comment? His name is Yogeshwara. He goes by Joshua Green though. So he's like a academic type in New York and so on. So he's a disciple of Prabhupada. So.
I just wanted to make a comment.
Yes.
I just wanted to kind of reinforce the importance of understanding what Srila Prabhupada has done. We all understand the chanting, we all understand the preaching and the dancing, and we actually are enjoying the fruits of his labor. He was 70 years old when he crossed that ocean. Now, you might have parents who are that age, so your grandparents who are that age. You may understand what an effort it was for him to cross that ocean. We also need to understand he was from a very orthodox family, so we, from especially Indian backgrounds, we know what type of etiquette and respect elders are given. None of that was here. My parents came in the 70s also. I remember what heart my mom had when she said, these people here are, it's like I'm with demons, I don't understand. They're so loud and there's meat everywhere. So she was.
That's what your mom said?
Yeah, she was very overwhelmed. She came from a small village, and just got married and came over. Srila Prabhupada, in his as an old, respected, orthodox family man, right? He comes across this ocean. You can imagine what it was like. What is it? Sex, drugs, and rock and roll. I mean, literally, it was the most.
Don't trust anyone over 30 either.
Yeah. And that's the kind of place he came to. And he didn't go to meet the higher ups, the rich people and the important people. He he went down to like what we would consider like a homeless place. So imagine a gentleman like that coming to a homeless kind of place and just the people and preaching about love of God and chanting. What courage, and what trust in Krishna. So it's really important for everybody to understand what Srila Prabhupada did in order for us to really appreciate what we've gotten now.
Yeah, thank you very much. And therefore, yeah, my personal policy is that whatever comes out about Srila Prabhupada in terms of books about him, memoirs and everything, I just read them so I could try to have the proper understanding. So, Praneshri's mother also met Srila Prabhupada when he came to San Diego. There's a meeting. And one of the things Praneshri's mother was saying was it's so difficult because she was doing some work at the time and she was having a hard time mixing with people and so on. And one of Prabhupada's advice to her was you should cook for Krishna, make some things for Krishna, then bring it to work and distribute it as prasadam. So she did that, right?
My father did that.
Oh, your father. Oh.
She wasn't working yet.
Oh, she wasn't
She
working.
was like, I'm going to go back to India. I don't want to be here.
Oh, I see.
I want to go. And so I said, no, you said.
Oh, I see. So your father would bring it.
He told her, you cook. 2 instructions he gave her. First, he said you have to have an altar in the house, which we did. But my mom would only like to do that. She's very traditional in all families. The woman of the house lights the lamp in the morning and she does an offering. So she did that always. But he said, no, you need to have family arati in the morning all together. And then you need to offer, make something, offer it, and Prabhu will take it to us.
Nice.
And so that was, and that saved her and saved me. Yeah, she couldn't.
Were you, when Prabhupada was there, were you there as a young girl?
Yeah, I was there. I was 12.
You were 12.
I was 12, yeah.
So that means you must remember.
I remember, the only thing I remember is being in Los Angeles in the top, where the balcony is.
Yeah.
And seeing Srila Prabhupada on the asasana, and everybody around me, all the women were upstairs, they were all crying.
Oh, really?
There's tears of, and I was just looking at, I was in a little shock, I'll tell you. I can't say that I really felt anything at that point. So even though I was in his presence, I can't say what the other devotees there who were older than me said. They were about 10 years older than me, 8 to 10 years older than me. So what they felt, I couldn't feel it, but I feel it now. So don't think that you can't feel it because you've never met him. It has nothing to do with that. Srila Prabhupada has the power to touch your heart from within his books. That's it. No other thing than how you wake up.
All right, any other things before we continue to the next? Yes.
Probably we should have 1.5 hours solid discourse focusing completely history of Prabhupada.
The history?
Yes, that would be really fantastic.
Yeah, in Boise, what they do once a year, I visited Boise some time ago, and I saw what they were doing there. They had a small group, and they were reading a biography of Srila Prabhupada, something like this, all together now. And they, at the end of the reading, they gave a presentation. Means each person spoke at the Sunday feast on a particular section of the book. And specifically, they were answering certain questions, like how did this change your life, or how did this, so on, like that. So there was like a presentation on it. So I thought that was a really good idea. And, we could do something like that at the temple.
There's also the movie by
Yes, that's true. There's a whole movie about Prabhupada's life. There's also that Hare Krishna movie.
It's on YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, any last thing? Okay. All right, so we'll continue. I'm not sure. Okay, thank you very much. Hare Krishna.